Hi guys, I'm in this cozy corner of my house on my couch. This is one of my favorite places to read when I want to get into a really good book. And I thought this would be the perfect place to chat about my first time reading, because there are all these first time kind of experiences or memories that we have. Some we'd rather forget, some you forget for real. And reading is something that I have remembered so clearly. I don't remember how old I was when this happened, and I've asked both my parents, and neither of them seem to remember this experience. But I wanted to share it with you because I know so many of you love reading as much as I do, and it's an experience that kind of stuck with me. So basically, I went to a Montessori school growing up, so I was in Casa when this happened. So those kids are normally between ages like 2 and 4 or 5, I think, maybe 6, I don't really remember. And I remember reading this book about a cat, big surprise. It was a learn to read book. I don't remember anything else about it except that it had a laminated cover. It wasn't long or anything, but I have this memory of sitting with one of my teachers and reading to her from the book out loud from start to finish, and feeling so incredibly proud that I had done that. And I don't know if it was the first time that I actually read a book, but it was the first kind of academic moment where I was called upon to read for the teacher, and I did it. And I think the teacher must have told my parents, because both of them came from work together, which was a huge deal. In fact, I can't remember any other time in my life that both my parents came to pick me up from school, because they ran their own business and it just usually wasn't possible. So that was huge. I was getting picked up from school by myself. My little brother Matthew, who was also at Montessori at the time, wasn't picked up with me, which is also really strange because we were always picked up together as a unit, brother, sister, and he wasn't in this memory for some reason. So that also makes it stand out in my mind. So both my parents come, which makes it really special already. I have my little laminated cat book with me, and they were so proud and decided to take me out for a treat. And I guess this must have been my choice because we went to McDonald's. And I remember the car ride there, looking at all the signs, and my parents were like, "What does that say? What does that say?" And me like proudly reading things out to them. Just, you know, having the attention of both my parents at the same time was really exciting. And I remember my dad saying to me that now that I could read, a whole new world was open to me. I almost feel a little bit emotional saying it actually, because I remember it so clearly, and it doesn't matter if he doesn't remember, that my mom doesn't remember, but clearly this made such an impression on me, this idea of a whole new world being accessible to me because of being able to read. And now I feel so passionately about literacy and about reading to children because my parents read to me when I was growing up, even if they were really tired after work. I appreciate it so much. We had this story time chair that both my brother and I used to sit in. Sometimes my sister read to us. And it's just this amazing memory of being read to, and then having this other memory of being able to read a book by myself for the first time. And also I read the book to them again at McDonald's like I had from my teacher. And anyway, it's just stood out in my head and I wanted to share it with you. So I don't know if you remember your first time reading and what that experience was like, but I would love if you would share it in a comment below or send me an email. It's just something that I feel like we don't talk about a lot. Maybe it's not one of those first time experiences that is something that's commonly talked about, but I think it's really nice and exciting because it does open up this whole wonderful world that I'm still feel so lucky to inhabit, which is of course the world of books all around me, and I have quite a few, as you can see. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this little story, this video, and I'll be back next week. Please subscribe if you haven't already and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video.